Hello everybody, I am Moldy, and this is Shadows over Loathing once again. In the last episode, we finally solved the puzzle of the Mole Ross place and got that meteorite for person back at feed store. Now, which was the last thing we needed to do? Oh yeah, Iola wants us to get a glass of milk from the milkman Stan, who was last seen at the Drexelstead in Gray County. That's what we need to do. And yeah, that is where the Maize Maze is, isn't it? And then you hear a deep moo sound that reverberates through your guts all the way down to the colon end. We've had this thing happen before. Shadow cows. That's what we're dealing with. So then, I'ma kneecap this cow and hope we can get through alright, because last time we got attacked by evil shadow cows. It didn't end well for me, but then again I was also debuffed, not having my 2 AP for everything that I do. And now we can just... what does this do? It's gonna buff all the dudes. No buffies! You lose your cowbell. And yeah, that's why I lost. You do a lot of damage. Not just a little bit of spooky, but you also do the ice and spooky. And go ahead and kneecap that cow in the back, too. As soon as Garplot gets another turn, that floating head's going down. Ha, you only did a little bit of cold damage to me. You're also healing yourself in the process, which is very annoying. 14 spooky and 11 cold. Yeah, that I will not survive, but I can punch you out of existence right after this guy sucks on a ball. And now you ain't gonna be getting me. Not this time. I lives another day. And you, stop having any muscle at all. I'll kneecap all the muscle out of ya. Ouch. Spooky. They're goring me with they spooky horns. And I can't take no spooky. And you, sir, you can take a ball. Everybody need a ball in their life every once in a while. We're taking down these shadow cows this time. And say goodbye to the last little bit of muscle you got, son. You can't deal any more regular hitty people damage, physical, anything that goes off of your muscle. You will do very little. Bam, boy. We got you now. And now you get shot. Point blank range 2, the most effective range. You won. I'd say you turned those cows into jerky, but they were jerks already. So they were. Now, the Maize Maze. Yep, that's the Drexelstead. This house is weird. Now, which one of you guys is Milkman Stan? Yeah, you're Sissy. Where's Milkman Stan? Fish. What's in the pot? It's a single kernel of corn. That's interesting. How many more kernels am I gonna hook? Another one! You got more in there? Fishing for corn now. I'll fish all the corn out of this pot if I have to. I think that's enough. What do these do? Cold armor, buy 1. Well, those are things I have. And now that I think about it, is this where I was able to fish out that soapy water? Yeah, it is. I'm definitely keeping some of that on hand. Too bad it only lets me carry 1 at a time. It just, nope, you already got soapy water, you can't fish any more out. I like being able to remove debuffs. That's nice. Yep, Ike in his truck. That's a cat. Okay, there is a guy there, but he's on the far side of unpenetrable maze. And yeah, there's an evil cornstalk. Where's Milkman guy, though? Toys! Diving in! What we got? Sissy's teddy bear. You dig around until you find a teddy bear arm, and then you dig a little deeper to reveal that the arm is attached to an entire bear. Nice! Anything else? Teeth for the dentist. After several false alarms, you find some false teeth, the kind with a little wind-up motor for when Grandpa was too tired to chew his food himself. Okay. I don't think... Hey, there you are, Milkman Stan! A sullen milkman. Hi there, are you a milkman? Yep, Milkman Stan, that's me. Will you sell me some milk? Sure, they don't call me Milkman Stan on account of not selling milk. It's 3,000 meat per bottle. Are you joking? It's only the milk in the maze. It's the only milk in the maze. Geographical monopoly. I have smaller quantities available if you're experiencing a cash shortfall at the moment. They're listed on the sign there. That is a little expensive. Why so glum? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. None of the others will listen to me and complain anymore. For starters, it's extremely boring here. I don't have anything to read except my sign. Oh yeah, that sounds pretty bad. Let me tell you, after the first couple of times, the twist at the end really loses its thrill. What? And you know what's even worse than that? I guess not. I'm allergic to corn. If I eat even a single kernel, my face swells up like a frog on a bicycle pump. Oh geez, then what have you been eating? Just the leaves and husks. On the bright side, I bet I've got the cleanest colon in the Tri-County area. Well then, you do happen to be allergic to corn, and I just so happen to have a few single kernels of corn that I could drug you with and steal your milk, if that is indeed an option. And then there's the weather. Can you believe this weather? It seems fine. It never changes. It's just this gray, slightly chilly nothing always. I don't understand how the corn even grows here. It never rains. Wouldn't that be worse if it was raining? It would be novel at least. Yeah, I guess that's. And then I have to deal with some cat running around. It got my bow tie while I was sleeping and totally shredded it. I look like some kind of degenerate. Gee, that's a shame. I can't even try to catch it and eat it because I'm also allergic to cat meat. Oh, and there's a crazy dentist who hangs out on the other side of the cornfield who keeps trying to talk to me about calcium. I tried to tell her, lady, I just sell milk. I don't know anything about the chemical properties of calcium in relation to teeth and bones. Oh, she's probably just trying to start a conversation because she's lonely. Yeah, lonely like a fox. I've seen the way she looks at my teeth. Well, and the worst thing, you want to know what the worst thing is? Sure, I've got corns. Corns like the kind you get in your feet. Little painful wads of callus. Not only are they painful and annoying, I'm just constantly being taunted about how on the nose it is. Anyway, thanks for listening. I don't meet a lot of new people, as you can imagine. Don't mention it. So, how'd you end up here? I don't want to talk about that. Well then, about the milk. Yeah, you're still selling it for outrageous prices. Oh, and yeah. If only there was some way I could get him to eat a single kernel of corn and then he'd pass out. That's a big crow. But anyway, I'm thinking of knocking him out with something he's allergic to and then just stealing a bottle of milk. The crows are usually very wary around humans, not because they're high-strung or cowardly, but it's because they're very intelligent. They're aware of the fact that their bones are thin and hollow and that humans are much bigger than they are. This crow knows what it means for the tables to be turned. It spreads its wings in an intimidating display. Caw, motherfucker! And makes a sound like a rusty garage door had a baby with a burst of radio static. Make friends with it. Well, that's not outside the realm of possibility. Lots of people make friends with crows, primarily by feeding them. This crow lives in a possibly infinite dimension wrapped in cornfield, though, and from the looks of him, he's taking full advantage of that situation, so it's probably not a starter unless you've got something that's much better than ordinary corn. And I can't give him my I guess not. Well, we can always brute force this shit. I'm super strong. Molly's hanging out back at the front of the place. And I can wind up and do a little stretchy stretch. and that would give me enough to just punch you out of existence with a single blow. Now, how about you stop being alive, buddy? Donk! Ha, dead crow. You won. Let's just hope no other crows saw that, or you'll be Corvid enemy number 1 for current and future generations of them. Uh-oh. Well, at least the way's clear. And what's down here? That's a massive can of cocktail onions. It is the sole occupant of this little diverculum. Well then, immense can of cocktail onions. That's for the speakeasy, apparently. I also figured I might be able to trade that to Milkman for a better price on a bottle of milk. But apparently not. Shit. Ike in his truck. Nah. Hold on a moment. What was the quest for the milk? Did she want a... Okay, she wants a glass of milk. That's what she wants. Also, I do have those wind-up teeth for the dentist. Let's go give those to her. If I went and bought the glass of milk, or the bottle of milk, she'd probably say, that's too much milk. I wanted less than that. But if I bring her the saucer, it'll be too little, so I'll buy the ridiculous, overpriced fucking glass. So I got... Oh, I forgot I had grandfather's teeth. What do you make of these? If I'm not mistaken, these teeth belong to a grandfather. Do you want them? You asked for teeth. Oh no, what I'm looking for is a whole set of teeth, not Lucy's. Well, I found this. She winds up the teeth and lets them rip. Clackety, 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 clack. Actually, I've got one of those things right here in my room in real life. See? I got one of these. Clackety, clack, clack. Yeah, get a good listen on that. That's what these things sound like. Oh, look, they're fun. Thank you. That'll be a beautiful addition to my cornfield surgery. I agree. Anything else I can do? You know what would really make this feel like a dentist's office? A popcorn machine. Popcorn always makes me think of the movie theater where my dentist used to operate. But plus, it'll make cleanings much more interesting. Well, there is a popcorn machine right here in the cornfield. I will see if I can't bring that over to you. And there it is. Pop. Grab the machine for the dentist. You fold up the popcorn machine, and I moved before I could read the rest of that. Convenient that I'm able to just fold it up and stick it in my pocket. So, here you go. Well, I've never had a patient quite like you. You brought me a popcorn machine and decorative teeth, and you were so understanding about the accidents I made in your mouth. You've really put a smile on my face. Maybe you should be the dentist. Aw, shucks. Look how wet your fingers are already. You'd be a natural. I'm blushing. Yep, dentist in training. That's me. I'm sure to be good at that. Now, that's the wrong button. I wanted to come to here, because I've got almost 300 XP, and before I go spending it on skills like that, there was another book that I wanted to get more out of. Now, where the fuck would I find that book? Did I not read all of the how to cheat at sports? Yeah, there it is. You read the book again more carefully this time. Wind up will also beef up my muscle. Even after really mastering the technique, you still don't understand why it's against the rules. It just feels like steroids if everybody's doing it. Isn't that still fair? Wind up has been upgraded. You walk around with the book conspicuously stuffed into your waistband until a pickpocket steals it from you. Ah. I was hoping I'd wind up so hard that I just throw the book out of existence. That would have been much funnier. Now I can spend the rest of this XP, and I'm just 1 point short of getting that. Well, never mind spending the rest of it. Figured I'd get as much mysticality and moxie as I could. Wait, I got a teddy bear for you, sissy. I found your teddy bear. Oh yes, that's Mr. Grizzles. Gee, he smells kinda musty. Poor Mr. Grizzles. How long has it been? Thank you so much. This makes me feel a lot better. You're welcome. Also, I think I saw your cat. Really? I didn't know if he was in here. Poor ghost. I bet he'd find me if I set out a saucer of milk for him. Yeah, you probably would, but that saucer of milk is super overpriced. I might have enough for the glass and the saucer. We'll just have to see. Now, Milkman Stan was over here. I'll just grab that glass o' milk for 1,500. And is it supposed to be this beige? Yes. I'll also take the ridiculously overpriced saucer. Here you go, cheapskate. Sheesh. I'm the cheapskate, says the man charging fucking thousands of meat for just a glass of milk. God damn, you greedy sumbitch. But I will be able to put some milk out for Kitty, and Sissy will have her cat back, and yep, not quite mysticality enough for that refrigerator just yet, but here. Saw your cat. Saucer of milk. Oh, thank you. This milk seems a little vintage. Yeah, well, it's probably fine. She sets the saucer down, and after a little while, the corn stalks rustle, and the cat you saw before appears with an inquisitive meow. Oh, Ghost, it's you. I missed you so much. Thanks, mister. I bet I never would have found him without your help. You're welcome. So, pet the kitty. Ghost circles around your legs affectionately. New cat unlocked. You can now pet Ghost to receive a boon. Well, I got Ghost's boon. You give Ghost a thorough belly scratch and scritch behind the ears. What does that boon do to me? Ghost's boon, where are you? It's just cold armor. Neat. So the affections of a cat allow me to resist the cold. And now, head back to the feed store to give Iola her glass of milk. Distant pile of gravel, give me your frosty flakes. And that gave me a little bit of XP, which means I can use you now. How high is my mysticality now? It is 7. And yeah, you're doing what you're doing. Iola, you wanted the milk. Here's your glass. Oh, darling, I knew I could count on you. Let me give you a reward. She stands up and plants a slow kiss on your cheek, and then chuckles as you feel yourself start to blush. Now, I could really use a drink. Huh? What about the milk? Oh, I mean a real drink. The milk is for later. Thanks again, sweetheart. Well, that takes care of, I think, just about everyone there. And I think I got enough mysticality to do something with that refrigerator. And there's some free meat for me. Now, the refrigerator in the corn maze. I think I'm smart enough for you now. What else is wrong with you, son? You see, there's your problem. It's got too many coils in it. Okay, somebody must have thrown this fridge away because it was upside down. So it is. And I don't know what I can do with that. It is something I could sell. But I do believe I've helped everybody at the feed store. And okay, there's an ominous crack in the sky. In the space of a single charged second, the wide farm road is drenched with fast falling rain that bites to the bone. It's farm rain, alright, as cold as ice and twice as nasty. The long and level plains of this country offer no shelter except perhaps for a lone house you spy off in the distance, perhaps half a mile to the east. Nah, I'm sturdy enough to not get frostbite. And yeah, you're tweaking that thing. Ask about Hellstrom. I met that Gilmore guy. You're the one who needed the spring. You had the milk. You had the paperweight. Lady up there had the meteorite. you were playing chess. I don't remember what you wanted. I probably did it. You wanted your feed. But yeah, I do believe that was everybody. We've solved every problem here, and everybody is ready for the heist, and we'll get on with that in the next episode, because I'm all in the time for this one. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you again in the next one. Goodbye.